YouTube, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. So today, guys, we are gonna do another showcase, and that is with the upcoming or with the new archetype that's coming into Master Duel. So we got this leak from Triple Tactics Team's data miner, and kudos for Triple Tactics Team for informing us about the new archetype coming for Master Duel. Hopefully, we'll get all of those gold pride supports or all of the gold pride cards. With regards to the showcase, like I usually do, we will talk about the core deck list and then the Master Duel deck list later along, and then lastly a quick gameplay with the deck that we'll use for Master Duel. Take note, the Master Duel deck list will change eventually once it's going to be released into the Master Duel game, of course. So without further ado, let's go for the core deck list. Alright, so we are with the core deck list. So overall, gold pride cards will have 14. That includes both sets from the Photon Hypernova and the Cyberstorm Axis. But yeah, we'll talk about the main deck first, and also the number of copies that you'll need for the deck. The gold pride can be special summoned to the field as long as you have lower life points than your opponent. So perfect good synergy for the punks. That's one thing that is kind of notable for them. So first and foremost, what we'll need for the deck is a 1 copy of Gold Pride Nitro Head. The Nitro Head, once you summon them to the field, during your opponent's standby phase, you can spell summon 1 token that is a Pyro, Fire level 8, Attack 0, and Defense 0. During the main phase, you can target 1 Nitro token on the field, destroy that token, also destroy all cards in its adjacent monster zones, and spell and trap card zone. So you need to like align this one once you reach the standby phase of your opponent. With regards to the number of copies, just go for the 1 copy of Nitro Head. You can spell summon this from the graveyard with the help of a copy of, what you call this, Leon. But anyways, we'll talk about Leon in a bit. Second card, we'll have the Roller Baller, which typically you'll need this one for your fusion monster as your primary material. If you have lower life points, you can spell summon this to the field. During the main phase, of course, you can fusion summon 1 gold pride fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field. So including this one with another gold pride card, you can spell summon a copy of Pinballer, which it has a really good or an interesting effect. If this card is fusion summoned, you can equip 1 piece of monster your opponent controls up to the number of fusion materials used. The thing about extra deck monsters also that I want to take note, once they summon or use their effects during that turn, at the end phase, they'll be returning back to the extra deck and then spell summoning their main material that was used to summon them. So like, for example, the Pinballer, its main material was the Gold Pride Roller Baller. You can spell summon the Roller Baller to the field from the deck or from the graveyard. For the Synchro Monster, the Star Leon, you can special summon, you can spell summon 1 Gold Pride Leon from your deck or graveyard after it uses its effect. So, but anyways, yeah, Nitro Head, 1 copy, Roller Baller, 1 copy always. The Leon and a copy of Captain Carry are gonna be your mostly used cards, so go for 3 copies of each. But yeah, with regards to the Leon, you can spell summon this to the field. If you have lower life points than your opponent, you can target 1 non-warrior gold pride monster from your graveyard, spell summon it in defense position. Another best effect for this one is during the main phase, you can quick effect immediately after this card resolves, synchro summon 1 synchro monster using gold pride monsters you control. So if you have another level 3 that is a non-tuner, typically the carry, you can go into a copy of Star Leon to the field, which is a really strong interruption, which target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls, gains attack equal to the target's original attack. Then if your life points is lower, you can pop the card. It's insanely good for this archetype. I really like it. So yeah, that is Star Leon. Now for the Captain Curry, if your life points is lower, you can spell summon it, yada yada yada. Once this card is normal or special summon, you can add 1 gold pride trap card from your deck to your hand. So your primary target for this is a copy of your Start Your Engines, which allows you to target 1 monster that was normal summoned or spell summon on the field and reveal 3 gold pride monsters from your deck. Spell summon it to your side of the field. The targeted monster will be popped. Also, your main target for this is a copy of Leon, which has a quick effect also to go into your Synchro Monster. So another interruption as well, really insane card. But yeah, carry on the field, gain access to the Gold Pride Trap card from your deck to your hand. So those are the main deck monsters. Spell and trap cards, we're only using like 2 spell cards and then 1 trap card. 1 copy for that came out of nowhere. Spell summons 1 gold pride monster from your hand or graveyard, then your opponent can spell summon 1 monster from their hand or graveyard to their field, but negates its effect. It doesn't really matter. Usually you'll use this one for the Leon on the field. so that it will trigger the effect. So one copy for that came out of nowhere. Then lastly, your continuous spell, which is also your primary sorcerer for your Gold Pride monster. The Gold Pride Better Luck next time on 3 copies max. You need to max this one out. When this card is activated, you can add 1 Gold Pride monster from your deck to your hand, and if you do, lose life points equal to the attack. So instantly, once you activate this, you already have a lower life points than your opponent, so you can spell summon the monster to the field. With that also, once an extra deck monster is returned to the extra deck, by the end of the turn, you can draw 1 card. So another good consistency maker for the deck also, alongside the Punk's Field Spell. So that is basically the 2 spell cards that we are using. There is another spell card that we did not use, so, and that is the copy of The Crowd Goes Wild. It really depends on your perspective on how you play the duel. But reveal 1 Gold Pride monster from your hand, add 1 Gold Pride monster with a different name from your deck to your hand, and then you'll use the effect. Spell summon 1 Gold Pride monster from your hand, but lose life points equal to the original attack. So not typically like a big or a needed card for your deck. The trap cards we're using only is a copy of Start Your Engine. Like I said, reveal 3 monsters, then target 1 monster your opponent controls that was normal or spell summon. Reveal 3 monsters, your opponent picks 1. Spell summon that monster, and then that monster that was targeted will be popped. Another trap card that I did not use typically is It's Neck and Neck. So target 1 Gold Pride monster you control, or 1 Gold Pride card in your graveyard. Return it to the hand. If your opponent controls a monster with a higher attack than your life points, you can banish this card. And 1 Gold Pride monster from your graveyard will summon that other Gold Pride monster from your extra deck that mentions that banished monster's name. So, a ton of requirements for this card to actually work. That's why I'm not really using it. But anyways, that is the main deck monsters. Extra deck monsters, we are using 1 of for each of the monster types. So 1 Fusion Gold Pride monster, 1 Gold Pride Star Leon, which is a synchro monster, and 1 Chariot Carry, which is the Exe monster. So we already talked about the Pinballer and a copy of Star Leon. The Chariot Carry, detach 1 material from this card, add 1 Gold Pride spell card from your deck to your hand. So if you don't have the continuous spell or the quick play spell, you can search that one with the help of the Chariot Carry. Then if your life points is lower than your opponent's life points, you can send 1 Gold Pride monster from your deck to your graveyard. So typical choice for this, or typical monsters to send to the graveyard, is a copy of Leon or a copy of your Roller Bowler, which is an additional interruption during your opponent's turn. End phase, like I said, any extra deck monsters that uses its effect during that turn for Gold Pride will be returning back to the extra deck. The other or the last monster type that we did not use is the Link monster. I do prefer going for 0 to 1 copy for this. It really depends on the build, but it's preferably going with more tech cards rather than this one. This is a really good card as what I am reading here. You can target 1 monster your opponent controls, destroy it, and if your life points is lower than your opponent's, you can destroy all cards in its adjacent monster zones and spell and trap card zone. So it's still a really good effect though, but 0 to 1 copies, it's really up to you if you want to use it. Really good effect. But yeah, that is the only 3 deck monsters that you can use or that you will use for the extra deck. Other than that, that's basically all of the 14 cards for the Gold Pride archetype. Without further ado, let's move to the Master Duel deck list for the Gold Pride with the Punks. Alright? Alright! So we're finally here, boys and girls, and this is the Master Duel deck list that we'll be using once the archetype is going to be added to the game. So we might have tweaked a little bit here because we will be running Maxi, of course, Call by the Grave, and Cross of the Signator, which is very important. If you don't want to run Maxi for this build, I do prefer going with a copy of some other hand traps, like a copy of Snow Rabbit. But we will talk about the hand traps in a bit. First and foremost, we are just running with 1 copy of Ogre Dance. Your main priority here is going with the 3 copies of Foxy's Tune, because Foxy's Tune will always gain access to either one of the level 3 monsters that you can go into your Exe summon later along the line. 1 copy of the Driver, 2 copies of the Cyframe Gamma. You can go with the Lambda here so that you can search out a copy of Gamma at the end phase. Either way, it's still a really good choice. We are just running with 1 copy of Deer Note. What else? 1 of each for the level 3 Punk monsters, the Shirakusai. The 1 copy of the Wagon searches out the field spell, which is another consistency maker for the deck as well. Madame Spider getting access to the Dangerous Kaboo. I think that's basically it for the main deck. Very straightforward. You'll know what to do once you know how to play punks. Extra deck wise are basically more on utilities, but very important card as well is the Psychic End Punisher because it's easy enough to summon to the field. You're expending more life points from the effects of the Gold Pride and the punks, so you'll have like a fat Psychic End Punisher which is unaffected. What else? One copy of the Amazing Dragon, really good bounce effect. Want to set up the board with a copy of Sharkusai. Burn on the floor, easy enough to summon. Shang Ying, really good effect as well. We have the Croco Dragon as the popping one card. The Orcus of the Evening Star, since you have some level 8s that you can summon to the field, it's easy enough since you're using punks. And then the one copy of Lambda, like I said, in the end of the phase or end of the turn, you'll gain access to one Cypher monster, which is the Gamma. So those are basically what you'll be using for Master Duel here. I did test the deck out. Now I'm trying to search out another archetype that is good with the Gold Pride, but at the moment, punks are a really good archetype to pair with the Gold Pride. But anyways, that is the main deck profile and the core deck list. Let's go to the AI and showcase the deck list for Master Duel. Let's go! Alright guys, so here we are with the deck showcase, and we really have a good hand here. So one Ogre Dance, one copy of the E-Tally, one copy of the Dangerous Kaboo, one copy of the Carry, one copy of the Xiamin. Xiamin will go first, of course, as our typical play. But yeah, Xiamin to the field first. Gaining access to a copy of Foxy Tune. The deck is really consistent enough in gaining more cards, so this is really good. I really like the build here. So we go for E-Tally, spell summon the Sharkusai to the field. There we go. Use the effect of Sharkusai. Go for Rising Carp. You don't want to increase the attack. Use the effect of the Rising Carp, tribute itself, spell summon the Wagon and the Deer Note to the field. So the typical play for a punk deck. Wagon will search out a copy of the field spell, which is our consistency maker. So really good. Go for the field spell first. Then we will go with a copy of Jam Dragon Drive to gain access to more cards and for the additional draw from the field spell. So first and foremost, go for Jam Dragon Drive, gaining access to level 3 Madame Spider for our Dangerous Kaboo. Go for Deer Note, spell summon the Sharkusai for our interruption during our opponent's turn. Since we already have the copy of Dangerous Kaboo, we just wanted to have like a level 3 on the board that we can use for the field spell. So there we go, a second copy of Carry. I'll take it for our next follow-up, or follow-up next turn. Banish the Deer Note here. Special summon the Madame Spider. There we go. And since our life points are lower than your opponent, you can spell summon the Carry to the field. The Carry or the continuous spell, it's still really good. There we go. Since the Carry spell summon to the field, we get a copy of our trap card. Another interruption, of course. So it is a pop. We go for an Exi summon. There we go. Use the effect of the Exi monster. We drop a copy of Madame Spider or either the Carry. It doesn't really matter. Go for the continuous spell. And then send one monster to the graveyard. My best choice here is gaining access to a copy of Leon on hand and then dumping a copy of Roller to the graveyard. So that's what we'll do. Roller to the graveyard. So the continuous spell, we gain access to the Leon. And take note, Leon, once normal summoned or special summoned, you can spell summon one Gold Pride monster from the graveyard. So that is our choice there. Leon will spell summon the Roller to the board. So what you can see here is Sharkusai first interruption, bounce cards, the effect of Roller, fusion summon, attach the monster summon to the field as equipped monsters. Use the effect of Leon for a synchro summon to pop one card in the field. Still really good. The interruption from the trap card of the Gold Pride and the interruption from the Dangerous Kaboo for the punks. So at this point, end phase, use the effect of the Exi monster, spell summon a copy of Carry. And since Gold Pride monster was sent back to the extra deck, we can use the effect of the continuous spell to draw one more card. So another consistency maker or a follow-up for next turn. Really, really good deck. I really love it. So there we go. Our guy is gonna spell summon that. What can we go first? You know what? We go for Leon here first. We can sync or summon another monster, but for the sake of this combo, we go for Star Leon, this one, and carry to the field. There we go. We don't want to use the effect of carry to banish cards and increase the attack. We can just use that one during our opponent's turn. He will instant fusion. Use the effect of Star Leon here to pop the Cyber Dragon and increase its attack. And destroy the card, of course. Increase the attack. He will summon that monster, of course. This card can be destroyed by center graveyard. This card is destroyed and center graveyard. No, we don't want to destroy it. We just want to equip it with our monster. Roller will be activated. Fusion summon. Use the carry on hand and the roller in the field. There we go. And since it's fusion summoned, we use the effect of roller. We don't want to use the effect of carry to banish cards and gain more attack. We just want to equip that monster to the roller. So there we go. All these monsters are there on the board. He's gonna set 3 cards. Doesn't really matter. We'll use the effect of Sharkusa here. Amazing Dragon to the board. Since we have how many psychic monsters in the graveyard? Let's see. There we go. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 bounces from the field to the owner's hand. So use the effect of Amazing Dragon here. Bounce, bounce, bounce. There we go. So bounce. And we could have drawn with a copy of the session, but we won't. So end turn, we'll use the effect of the baller. Spin back to the graveyard, to the extra deck, I mean. Spell summon the roller back to the field. There we go. And use the effect of this one to draw 1 card. And that's basically it. Really insane board. We can go for an LTK. Since our life points are low, we can just use the effect of the session here, banish 1 card. We go for a Rising Carp either way, or use the effect of one of the monsters here. Spell summon the level 8 monster to the board. Use the effect of the Amazing Dragon, spell summon a level 3 to the field. And take note, we have lower life points, so we go for Psychic End Punisher. There we go. And then since we have lower life points again, we spell summon our Gold Pride monsters to the board. There we go. And of course, that one there. Special summoned. We don't have more space. We don't really care. Might as well gonna use the effect of roller. Fusion summon that monster there. For a 3k beat deck on the board. So, that is still insane. Go for battle. Use the effect of Psychic End Punisher. How many attack did we gain? 7,000 all in all. Go for battle. 3k, 3k. We have more than lethal. Psychic End Punisher ending the game. So that is it. A quick showcase with the deck with the Gold Pride and the Punks. Really love the deck, of course. Yeah, I really ate my words. This is an amazing deck. Hopefully we'll get all the supports. And yeah, that is basically it for today. Keep safe, good luck. If you like this kind of content, like and subscribe, guys. And I'll see you guys in the next video or another showcase. Goodbye.